Good evening, everyone. Today is April 23rd, Tuesday, 2019. So we had a very nice rally on the indices today, right? And pretty much across the board, right? And ES came pretty close to its all-time high, and so is SPX. It is just like a stone throw away distance from its all-time high. And so right now I'm recording this video around 6:56 p.m. Pacific time, okay, and which is 9:56, so close to 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, okay. I know that everybody is excited about was excited about today, and let's take a look at what kind of day we are going to have tomorrow. Okay, and for that, uh, as you know that I rely on financial astrology for determining the direction because it's extremely accurate, and when it comes to predicting, how accurate it is, it's as accurate as the tides that happen every single day, right? Or the full moon and the new moon that happens every single month, right? And or the earth cycles or the sun cycles that happens every year, so it's all based on that. And so that, they do have a major impact on our market. Why? Because they impact human beings, basically, the water content in human body, just as the tides happen, right? So it's very visible on the ocean, right? And the same way, the all the plants have an impact on human body, and that gets reflected in the market. That's why they work extremely well. Okay, and when it comes to predicting the market, so we could predict the market, not just like years ahead, and that's how some of the people like W.D. Gann was able to predict the market 100 years ahead of his time. He died in 1955, but he could see the 1987 Black Monday crash and 2008 crash. So it's very powerful, folks. Okay, so I rely the same principle. And so let's take enough of the introduction. So let's take a look at tomorrow's action. So today we had a very nice rally, as you can see here. Or you can see, so from about, the market open, right, 6:30, 7 o'clock, very nice rally. Then it's kind of sideways consolidation. So are you going to have an all-time high tomorrow? Let's see what happens. Okay. So I have made a spreadsheet here. Okay, now this works pretty well for all the indices, but mainly meant for the small caps, Russell 2000 or RTY or IWM. Okay, so this is how it looks basically. Okay, and I have this. So what you're seeing is all the planets influences basically on the market. Okay, and I have certain calculations. This spreadsheet is filled with a lot of calculations actually. Then I kind of derive at whether the timing. So I have a kind of snapshot of about 10 to 12 to maximum 15 minutes snapshot. Okay, so of every single day basically. Okay, as you can see here, 6:18. That's just before the market open tomorrow. Okay, so my time, that is Pacific time, 6:30 a.m. the market opens, or 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? So this is 6:18 a.m. So that's about 12 minutes before the market opens. So I calculate all the way down to you can see the market close and futures close basically. Okay, so I prepared this for RTY because I trade RTY and ES. Okay, so this is another way to calculate or determine the market direction. So let's see what kind of market direction we are going to get tomorrow. Now, you can leave this, because I'm not going to explain this. What you see here in the middle, pluses and the minuses, so that's the way I calculate, and then come to this expectation. If you look at the expectation, right, and you can see this 13%, 7%, 13%, right? So now you don't need to worry about the percentage as to it doesn't translate into, you know, definitely we are not going to have 13% of the indices. Basically, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what is the strength going from starting from market open to market close. So how the variation is going to happen. Okay, so if you look at it, we are going to start as bearish basically, right? And yep, believe it or not, we are going to have tomorrow's open market open slightly bearish. okay, and then it's gonna be better by around, you can see 7:26. So it's about an hour into the open, right? 50 minutes into the open or 55 minutes into the open, we are gonna see slight improvement, or an hour basically, yeah. So 55 minutes after the open, we're gonna see you can see that from a strong bearish to slight bearish basically, right? It's improving. So market is improving, okay, bearish. So if you consider bearish as like a below zero, and bullish as above zero, right? So we're going to have a less bearishness, okay? So till about 8:12, and from 8:12, sorry, 8:24, 8:24 is going to back again strong bearish, okay? And then it's going to continue like that, and until, there you go. So until the market closed, right? 13:29. So if we just close, we're going to have that bearishness remaining. So exactly opposite to what we saw today, okay, and that's what we're going to see tomorrow. And let's see if that happens or not. So I'm going to pause this video right now, then we'll come back and take a look at it after market close tomorrow. So so how it translated, okay? So I'll come back and show you the market action, how the realized direction basically, based on this calculation that I have made. So talk to you later. Hello, folks. So right now is 3 o'clock, 3:05, April 24th, right? So today's market is closed, and now the future started trading for the next day actually. And remember that we decided to take a look at the price action. Remember, I showed the spreadsheet with some calculations earlier, right? So if I can bring up that spreadsheet again. So this is what we had predicted, right, for today's price action, for mainly for RTY, or small caps, Russell 2000 or IWM, right? And uh, I said that irrespective of yesterday's price action, yesterday we had a strong bullishness. I predicted that it's going to be bearish, right? Today is going to be bearish, and we're going to start off with a little bit of weakness, okay, this morning, and then it's going to improve a little bit from 7:26. These are all Pacific time, okay? So I live in the Pacific time, so these are all Pacific time. 7:26 to about 8:24, we will see some reprieve, which means that we are going to see a little bit of move up during this window, and then from there we should see further bearishness, okay, and end the day bearish. Okay, see this, end the day bearish. So this is what we have, right? So for today, okay, and let's see how it played out. So we are looking at from a time of about 6:26, 6:18 to 1:46, just before the futures closed, right? So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at RTY, because this calculation is mainly it works best. This combination of these planets, right? The one that I'm showing here, these combination work best for RTY or Russell 2000. So that's why I have them. So all these plus sign means that's going to be a bearish, and minus sign means bullish for the market. So I'm just basically taking account of which planets causing or have a negative impact on Earth at that time, during this time specified, and which one has positive impact, okay, and that reflects in the market actually extremely well. And so let's take a look at it. So if I can bring up this window, so the window that you're looking at is from 6:30, right? 6:30 this morning. This is where it started, 6:30, right? 6:30. So I'm going to mark this 6:30 to 1 o'clock or 1:40 or so, right? There you go. So that's the window that we are looking at. So you can see here, started off the day bearish, right? Because we were down from yesterday. We closed around 1591 or so. So opened lower, okay, and then about 7:26, right? 7:26 is somewhere here, I believe, right there. You see that 7:26, 7:30, right this, right here. This is where, remember, I showed you that we need to see a little bit of move up. Okay, you can see that started the day. So if you look at it, started the day bearish, a little bit of bearish, and then we have a little bit of reprieve here, right? So we have a little bit of recovery here, because from 13% it's coming down to 7%, right? So 726. So you can see that we have about 726 or so, we have a move up. Okay, we have a move up, and then about 826 we should see more bearishness, right? From about 824 right here. So you can see that from about 7% bearishness is getting back into 13% and should close right at that level too, right at that level. So if you look at it, 824 is somewhere here, I believe. 824 right there, yeah, 824. You can see that a little bit of retest of that previous high, swing high, okay, and this morning high, and then you can see a move down, and then there was a little bit of move up as well, one more retest basically, but you can take it to the bank that the day is going to end bearish, okay, and you can see a big sell-off into the close, and we opened right at that level. Remember that 13% bearishness was right here, it closed right there. So that's, well, you can predict, as I said, that irrespective of the move that happened yesterday, right, we had a big move up, but today it is going to close bearish, and that's what we have. So this is how well we can predict, and so somebody asked me, how does it work, when machines are involved, right? HFTs, today we live in a world of, most of the trading decisions are done by or taken by HFTs, right? I'll give you an example right here. See this 5:10, we have some earnings or something that came up at 5 o'clock in a Pacific time. We had a big move up, but you can see what happened after that. See this? So planets, any news related events, okay, or any news related move, in an opposite direction, the planets will make sure that it bring it down. Okay, so we may get probably a pop-up, but what, it will make sure that it comes down, and we opened a little bit of bearishness this morning. So that's how well this works, folks. Every single day we can predict, and this combination that I showed you, that works great. And I do have combinations for other indices as well, but this one works best for RTY, and from my research, RTY and Russell 2000. So, and so if you want to know more about it, and if you want to see each day how it goes, and and if you want to take advantage of it, you can request for mentorship, okay, and you can hit me up on my email below, and I'll give you the information as how to subscribe to the mentorship program. Okay, so it's fun trading, guys. Once you know this, it's very fun trading. It's because the market is very predictable even to intraday moves. So hope you enjoyed the video, and till the next video, have a wonderful evening, and happy trading.